Well, one thing, as I said earlier, I've been working with Freddie for the last couple decades, and it never stops amazing me. It never ceases to amaze how many songs he knows. I mean, the thoroughness of his knowledgeability of the Great American Songbook, and on songs on such a multifarious level of material, like great songs from television shows and the theater, and repertoire of Billy Eckstine and other great singers over the years. And it's an eternal learning experience for me just to be around somebody like Freddy Cole. I mean, I don't know anybody that knows any more songs than Freddie does, and that's part of what we do is we take real care in putting these recordings out to have a blend of some songs that are known to people. You got to have some, something that's somewhat known to somebody. But it's also great to have wonderful songs that not a lot of people know about, and they become these voyages of discovery. Every single recording is something new or something that we might have heard 25 or 30 years ago, but haven't even thought about in all that time.
Well, one of the ways that songs come to me, they've always come to me naturally, I guess. But I've heard so many of them over the years. And situations bring about me thinking about a song. We playing golf, and all of a sudden a song will pop in my head or something. It's just, I guess my antennas are just up for that. But sometimes a song will just bug me, a melody or something, and then I go and try to research it and find it out. I just talked to Jerry Savokian, and he had humming a song, asked me did I know, and that song bugged me, and then finally it came to me what it was, thanks to you.
Thanks to you.
Thanks to you, and then my brother had a whole host of songs that never really got to be the major hits, as some of that Mona Lisa and all those. But he did some great songs, and he had a lot of friends who were great writers that never got their stuff exposed. And then I guess having been able to have clawed my way through Tin Pan Alley when I was going to school in New York, and learning in on New York streets, as Babs Gonzalez said, I had a chance to learn a lot of tunes. I had a chance to play with a lot of guys, play in the neighborhood bars and what have you, and they would come in with their different requests and what have you. If you couldn't play it tonight, you'd play it tomorrow night.
Well, do you have any plans to, your immediate recording plans? Are you thinking about any specific ideas or dreams that you're dreaming in terms of things you would like to record in the next year and 2 years and 3 years?
I'm thinking about, I'm trying to zero in on that. We always got to get a theme that we can elaborate on. Then we pick some songs surrounding that, So, yeah, my mind is beginning to focus on those things, And I want to do something this next time, probably with a little larger ensemble. And then I would rather do something another time with just me and a piano player, or me and a guitar, or just me, myself playing. So it's all those outlets are there for us to get along with, but
Well, I don't think you've done that with just you and one other instrument.
No,
we did it on like the first.
When
we recorded Always, the first Fantasy record, and then right at the end of the date, you did a magnificent duet with Cyrus Chestnut.
Yeah, and I'll be seeing you. No, I played
until
that.
it's time
Till it's
for
time
you to go.
for you to go. That's right. I remember that.
I've heard.
Yeah. Till it's time for you to go.
And
You're
that
not
guy-
an angel. You're da-da-da-da-da.
that's
Yeah.
a great story that we should tell.
Oh,
Lee.
Tater.
Yeah, that was a moment in recording history. When Cyrus is nicknamed to a lot of musicians in the recording and in the jazz music business is Tater. We call him Tater, and that's for some obvious reasons because he obviously likes his potatoes. But that particular day was a very wonderful recording session, and with Grover Washington Jr. and Cyrus and some Yoran Israel and George Mraz and some other outstanding players. And it was the first fantasy date that Freddie had done under a new contract that he had recently signed. So we were especially happy with the date. And it was nearing a close, and it was around Christmas time, and we recorded this whole batch of songs, and Grover Washington brought sweet potato pie that he had made himself. And we polished off all the pies except for one real large piece that was left. And we were getting down to the precious few last tunes. We only needed about 3 or 4 minutes tops. 5 or 6 would have been more than enough to finish the record off. But we didn't have any more arranged songs. You know, we had 3 or 4 tunes that Freddie and I had brought in as extras or backups. And one of them we had a piece of sheet music for Until It's Time for You to Go by Buffy St. Marie.
Right.
So Freddie keeps looking, he looks at the piece of pie and he sees Cyrus looking at it. So Freddie comes up with a creative solution, which was quite brilliant. He said, Cyrus, here's this tune we're thinking about doing. We'll go over it a couple of times, and if you can do this in one take, then you can have that piece of pie. And he played like Black Mononov. I mean, he played a rhapsody on that song.
Sure
And
did.
they did it in one take, and it's on the record, and you never saw somebody make such a quick beeline to a piece of pie in your life.
Yeah, Tater.
And from then on, Grover and everybody in the house was calling him Tater, which we do to this day. We call him Tater.
Yes.
Back when he had his first baby, we called it the Tater Tot.
Yeah, I saw Tater over in Lebanon, I guess, last year before last. Yeah, but he's a great piano player. Great piano player.
Yeah, kind of part of our family. I mean, we have 3 or 4 piano players: Larry Willis, Cyrus Chestnut,
Cedar Walton.
Cedar Walton.
John D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what would you think if we did a larger ensemble and had Cedar, doing some of the larger ensemble?
I would prefer to have Cedar do a couple, and John writes the good for big band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he did a score on a thing that I did with the BBC Orchestra a couple of years ago over in London. On that song, "If We Never Meet Again," and it just turned out really beautiful.
You know who's another just a wonderfully creative writer that we have never worked with, but he might do a truly remarkable job is Bill Mays.
Oh, Bill's perfect. Yeah,
He's exceptional.
very seasonal,
Yeah.
very seasoned.
But very fresh. I mean, he and a great arranger for singers. Bill
Yeah,
Mays.
and Randy's gonna be good. Randy has good imagination.
Randy Napoleon.
Yeah, and he's gonna be good. He wants to know everything, and he's gonna be good. He did those couple of things on that last CD, Talk to Me,
Okay.
and he did good work on Mr. B.
Right.
Yeah.
No, Randy Napoleon is one of the real wonderful up-and-coming jazz guitarists. He's really blossoming in Freddie's band, and the bass player Elias Bailey. So I understand we're kind of wrapping up.
I got Jeff.
We got Jeff Hamilton here, and we love
Who?
Jeff Hamilton.
Jeff who? Is he on the?
Randy Napoleon out of University of
it-
Michigan.
Hey, fellas, use your own time. Don't use mine.
Get your own interview.